Welcome to ayeshamotivates. It's so wonderful getting an opportunity to come in front of the camera so that I could speak into your lives. And I am so grateful because I am growing on this channel slowly but surely. And that is just perfect because at least I will know that you do appreciate the information that's being shared with you. There's a video that I'm putting up just before this one, and that's where I had an opportunity to share a little bit more about my plans for this channel, and primarily because, as the name of this channel says, Aisha Motivates, and it gives me an opportunity to do, what part of my true calling is, and it's one of my main calling that is always has always been to speak into the lives of individuals. And it's interesting because when people meet me, depending on what's going on, I could be so chatty, but I'm always very mindful, when someone, indicate or say something to acknowledge that, is that when I do enjoy speaking, but speaking into the lives of individuals to make a difference, and that is one of my true calling, aside of course from one of my heart, and that is paper play. And that is why I'm always inviting you to try paper play. But getting back on track, my being able to, I like to say, where I'm putting wheels to your dreams and your thoughts and your goals. Well, my core purpose for the video before is just to reiterate the fact that with my 30 plus years of experience in long-term care, prior to my daughter being born, and she's 17 right now, I started off basically having my weekends and going to retirement homes and long-term care homes and speaking into the lives of seniors, because it is, you know my knowledge base. And for the past 30 plus years, I've been working in the field. And I find it so sad and interesting all at once, wherein, listen, we plan, as I like to say, for weddings and vacations and the whole bit. But interestingly, unfortunately, many of us shy away, or maybe life is just so busy that seldom do we contemplate our future, and we have to plan for it. No one knows when we will leave this place, as morbid as that thought would be. Um, it might be morbid, but ever so important that we do think of our end goal. Why are we here? What's our purpose? What would it be like when we are in our later years, when we retire from our working life? Being in a retirement home, a long term care home, if you're very fortunate, if we are fortunate, we perhaps will live until we pass away within our own home independently. But for a number of us, that is not the case. So, my goal has always been to educate individuals, to prepare them so they're not surprised. Unfortunately, as you could probably surmise, oftentimes when we do get an opportunity to have to contemplate retirement living or long-term care living, it is something that's almost forced upon us. And I say forced not in the fact that it's bad, but that we no longer have the choice. We have to. And how wonderful it would be if we had a hand in it. One of my role as someone in this field is providing tours at times for families, and when I'm very fortunate, the individual uh, in need of a place sometimes would be on the journey for the tour. And I love that piece because there are plans in place. That person is getting to select and choose for themselves, as opposed to being laid up in a hospital, or perhaps uh, at home due to whatever reasons that they're not able to be there, and someone else will be making that decision. those choices as to where you will live, and is this room, what my mom or dad or aunt, you know, envision for her later years, for her last place of life. So whether you're 55 or 65, or maybe you're in your later years still independent, and listen, you if you are uh, sandwiching where you're getting up there in age, but you also happen to be taking care of a loved one, entering long-term care retirement home, or currently in there, you as well can benefit from this information that I'm sharing. And so I want you to know that the information to connect with me will be below. I am happy that, as I said, when I first started out, I would go to these places, long term care retirement homes, and speak into the lives of residents there. They're already living there, but why? Because oftentimes, more than anything else, they need to be cheered up. They need to know that there's hope for tomorrow, that life, a full life, as much as possible, can still be derived from living in one of these places. It is not the end game. As long as you're above ground, as long as you have, your cognitive ability, you can still live fully in one of these places. And that's why I love what I do, and you need to connect with me if you're a child of one of these individuals in these homes, with my consulting or coaching, just along the way journey. Or maybe you need me to come out and speak at one of your organizations, maybe within your church group. You need to contact me, because this is something that's so near and dear to so many of us. Almost each and every one of us, have some contact or connection with someone needing to be in one of these homes, long-term care retirement home, assisted living. And again, maybe one of us, we're thinking along the way, what would it look like? What do we need to know? Do you know that there are individuals in their early 50s, sometimes late 40s, living in a retirement home setting or long-term care setting? Oh yes, because it's not just dementia that would take you there, right? So we need to know, what would that environment look like? What do we have to look forward to? It's a world within a world. It's a community all of it on its own, and it's so important and to know. But unfortunately, many, they're surprised. They go there and they wake up to a new world. It is a privilege of mine to have spent 30 plus years working in this field, long-term care field, uh, looking after seniors. Um, it's a beautiful thing. I've been privileged to work in the recreation space. I've taken educational pieces to manage long-term care homes. I provide tours, I manage staffs, I do care conferences, I connect with families, and I would love for individuals not to be surprised as they experience, unfortunately without planning, the information that they need. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you were able to gather all of the nuggets that you needed, just as if you were planning a wedding, just as if you were going on a vacation somewhere? I am so grateful that I can come on here and share with you, and I will be doing, different topic bases that you can sink your teeth into, but always, always, Aisha motivates. I appreciate your time, and I actually wanted to say more today, but what I said was ordained, and my information is below if you ever want to reach out, ask questions. Take care. Bye bye.